The first thing I'm going to do in this session is to add a few more courses to the diary. So I'm going to go to Tuesday the 1st, and I'm going to add some 125 and DAS courses. So if I click in the diary, choose add new event, and I'm going to choose 125 day, click on OK. Up come the details for the new course. They all look fine. And then I'll open up a DAS day to run alongside. There we go. Click on OK there. That also looks fine. And there we have on Tuesday 2 new courses there. On the following Friday, I think we'll add some Module 2 tests. So if I select Module 2 Practical Test, you'll see here, because practical tests run by the DSA have such bizarre start and end times, you can populate the list with all the start and end times that your local branch uses, and that saves a lot of data entry time. So I'll put in one at 10:14. Click on OK there. Up comes the details. I'll put in a fictitious reference number. Oops, there we go. Actually, let's stick a 9 in there. There we go, and you can see it puts the reference number in so that you know the reference number for each of the tests that you've bought. Let me put in another one as well. Let's put this one in, say for the afternoon, 13:14. That'll do. So there they both are on the Friday. So that's added a few more courses to our diary. I think I'll also show you how we can add a note into the diary as well. This is useful for just any other items of information that may be important. So I'll put in here, say Mike coming in to maintain bikes. There we go. You can put in a note any time you like in the diary, and it can also go up here in the all day section. So if I add a note in here, say this is important, because it then goes in the all day section, it means regardless of where you are in the day here, you'll always be able to see this note. So we've got a few more courses opened up. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to recur entries. This is very useful because the chances are you run courses on the same day each week, and it's quite a lot of work to go in and open up each of those courses individually. So if I go back to our original CBT, that was on Saturday 29th. Here you can see it. What I'm going to do, if I open that up and then choose recurrence, I can then say that we have a CBT running every Saturday from this point onwards. So here it is, every Saturday, every 1 week. I won't put an end date, and that will just recur forever. So if I click on OK there, you'll see how we now have a recurrence symbol, which tells us that this CBT is recurring every week. And if I now show you some of the different views that we've got, you'll see that CBT recurring. So if I go into the 4-week calendar, you'll see now here we've got the courses that we originally set up, the notes there on the Friday, but this CBT has now recurred itself every single Saturday, and we can do exactly the same for any other courses that you run as well. So if I click on the 125 day here, click on recurrence, I'll recur it on, no actually we'll leave it on the Tuesday. Click on OK there, and there it is, we've recurred that every Tuesday. And the DAS day, we may as well recur that as well. So we'll say that that one is also going to recur, oops, keep doing that, on the Tuesday. So there we go. So you can now see with these different views, if I go back to the day planner, that's as it was. If I now go to our week planner, we've got quite a lot now going on in our diaries. Go to week list, which is just a different view to allow you to see more sort of top bottom of what's in your diary. Back to that 4-week calendar, which gives you a sort of good overview of what's going on in the diary. Agenda list is basically just one long list of everything that's going on in your diaries. So here we have from Saturday 29th, we've got our CBT, our DAS Day 125, DAS Day, Module 2 practical test on the 2nd of February, the other test that we set up on Friday, and then all our recurring entries, as you can see, for the Saturdays and the Tuesdays that we've set them up. They recur on pretty much forever. There's one other view here called availability, which only shows you courses that currently have available slots. So to illustrate this, what I'll do is I'll go back to today, to Saturday the 29th, where we've got CBT and a DAS. What I will do, I will quickly book in 2 people into this course. We'll set the price there. We'll look up a contact. We'll put in Christopher Jones in this one. And then we will book in one other person. Mr. Cameron Burrows. And then you'll see this DAS Day is now full. You see how it's changed to a red X and indicates that there are now 2 people booked in. So this course is full. So now, if I click back on our view types and choose availability, you'll see how on the 29th that DAS Day has now disappeared because it's fully booked. So only items, only courses that currently have spaces available will actually appear in this list. Okay, there's a few other items available in this menu which I'd like to show you. If I go back to Saturday 29th, and if you find that having all these times is actually too much, you'd rather get more on the screen, what you can do is choose, instead of having 15-minute intervals, we can just say, well, let's have an hour. That makes the display a bit better, a bit more compact. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show is how to filter events. So if you don't want to actually see all of your event types in your diary, I can actually choose precisely which ones I want to see. So for example, if I tick on CBT here, click on OK, then you'll see how the diary display changes to only show us CBTs, and that applies obviously to all of the views. So if I go to week planner here, it's only going to show us the one CBT there. If I go to our 4-week calendar, only the CBTs will show up. Likewise, if I reset this, so untick that, if all of the items are unticked, then by default it will show everything. Then you'll see all of our events come back. So this is a very handy feature for saying, okay, I'm only interested in, say for example, DAS days, and there it will only show us DAS days, or for example practical tests. There we go, those are the only practical tests. And I could then, for example, show that in the agenda list. So there are 3 practical tests that we have entered in the diary at the moment. Right, let me reset this display so that we can see all of the events in the diary. And I'll go back to today. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show you here is the options menu, which allows us to filter display in various ways so that we can display the information that we're interested in. So if I click on it, you'll see there's actually a whole set of items here. I'm just going to illustrate 2 or 3 of them. The first one I'll show you is the show full events. At the moment it's set on, if I take it off, you'll see how the DAS day disappears because it's actually full. Likewise, if I click back on it, tick it back on again, it will come back. Next, I'll show you the option which allows you to turn on and off contact bookings. So if you're not interested in precisely who's booked in, tick on that, and all the contact booking names are removed. I'll put that one back on again. And you can also show which contact bookings have been cancelled. You see here, show cancelled bookings. Now we don't have any cancelled bookings at the moment, so what I'll do is I'll just cancel this one here for Christopher Jones. So if I say cancel booking, it'll then ask me for a reason for why it's been cancelled. I'll say cannot make that date. Click on OK there, and that booking's now been cancelled, and you can see it there in the diary. If I click back on the options and take off that tick box, then that booking won't show. So if you do end up with a lot of cancellations in your diary and there's just too many to see the information you are interested in, then take that off and it will allow you to hide all your cancelled bookings.